Hi, and welcome to Top Dice Table Talk. No Alan today, but we've certainly got Stephen. Hiya, Steve. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. All good. How are you?
Not so bad at all. Alan's busy stuck with listing over 100 things on the GMS stock lists, I believe. He took a week off and he's come back to absolute mayhem. And I believe they've got a stack of stuff that they've never had in before from companies they've never had that he's sorted out. So that's what he's doing. And he's going to hopefully be back with us next week. But anyway, it's us today. So welcome viewers to Tabletop. Make sure you subscribe. And what's been your week like, Stephen?
Eh, it's been reasonably quiet this week. I say quiet. So obviously we launched LARP Through a Lens last week, was it? I think.
Did indeed. It's done very,
Yeah.
very well as well. It's good to see a bit of LARP actually on the channel at last. And you've got another one coming up, I believe, in the not too distant
Wow.
future.
Yeah, so I've got an interview with a guy called Adrian Waite, who runs Heavyweight RPG, and they are running a new game starting in July that is going to primarily be focused on young players, so it's specifically aiming at children, mainly because he's got his own kids and he wants to keep them busy during the summer holidays. So he's
Well, there
going to
you
run a
go.
lab for them and other kids that are interested. So that sounds quite interesting.
Do you know it's a great way for kids to express themselves. In fact, to anyone to express
Yeah,
themselves. It's at some stage I might even get back into it and give it a go myself. It's been many
recommend
many
it.
since I partook, but I certainly did enjoy it back in the day. It was
Where
quite
did you
good.
used to go?
It was a place called Labyrinth.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know Labyrinth. It's still going down
Oh,
at Chislehurst Caves.
good God! Right, yeah,
Yeah, it's still there. It's also interestingly Labyrinth now, so they still run at Chislehurst Caves, but they're also Magic the Gathering stockist and a board game and RPG shop.
Well, I went I think it's 3 times in total, so it wasn't a huge amount, but there were certainly really enjoyable days there, and they came with some great cracking ideas for adventures, and the costumes etc. were just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
It
I think
was
for me the big thing with LARP is just it's as when I spoke about it on LARP with Dan, it's the difference between stopping to go, I'm going to do this, and just being able to do it.
yeah,
And
that's it. You
you know,
just you
you
just in
you can
character.
experience it firsthand. It's amazing.
The other thing I got involved with briefly was the Masquerade Mind's Eye Theatre.
I loved that.
Um,
That should come back. There should be more masquerade games. I mean, I know there's a few, but there should be more.
there should
It's,
be. It's kind of gone off the boil, I think. Now you used to hear about it quite a bit, and I know Liverpool used to have quite a following. Preston did as well. It was run
there's
out
a
of a guy at the uni, the Preston one, and I went on a couple of nights out with them. That was very good as well. You got some strange looks round town. I tell you when you.
yes. Aren't the guys from I can't remember the name of the company now, but there's the guys in the chat, isn't there, from Derby that are looking to do a vampire style game, a period house.
There is, yeah, that's it. So again, there's a vampire a LARP session, role playing session that they actually organise, and it's run out of the old library, I believe, in Derby. I did an interview with them a few weeks ago, but I believe, well, they'll be coming back and joining us anyway in the not too distant future when they've got something else to actually sort of share. So looking forward to that as well. That was a really good sort of chat, and it highlights, I suppose, the interest that's actually sort of out there. And the more we can push it, the better. It's all part of role playing.
I think there's so many different styles of role playing, whether it's tabletop, LARP, computer games. There's so many different things out there, but it
Yeah,
seems that they're all kind of siloed for some reason. I don't know why. There just seems to be this. Well, you do that, therefore you can't do this, and it's like, well,
that's
why?
it. Yeah,
Should be encouraging everybody to do all of it.
that basically that's it. It's you get some that will play, for example, just Baldur's Gate 3, for argument's sake, just pulling that one, and they don't actually play D&D because they don't really know how to, so they're siloed in that area. To get some people to cross over, um, Yeah, and obviously you've got the D&D and other role playing connections now to CCGs as well. We've had a Traveller CCG come out. There's Deadlands one that's Ancient Mutant. A lot of the role playing games have had some sort of collectible card game
A
over the.
massive cyberpunk one just come through Kickstarter that's done really well.
Well, that's it. Well, I remember there was many years ago there was another cyberpunk one which didn't do very well. That was back in the day when I was running Preston Games actually, and it did the rounds then. And there's a Shadowrun one as well. That's kind of come back in some way, shape, or form. And my favourites probably were the Deadlands one, which was Doomtown, the Seventh Sea one, which has come back of a type, but not really. And there's Magic the Gathering, obviously, as well, which is still
That's
it's gone
still
absolutely.
keep that's
Uh,
still keeping me in the business. So we love Magic.
there's nothing wrong with Magic at all. It's we we got into it as a shop back in the days of Revised. We just missed out on the unlimited sets. We was and we managed to get a couple of boxes of Arabian Nights in, which I wish we'd kept back. You know, you think about it.
Oh, in hindsight, don't we all?
Um, yeah, but there's a couple of boxes that turned up in in a warehouse, and because we just started with them, we got them, and it caused so much fun there. But people were just they were like, I don't know, they treated as confetti half the time. So you
Yeah.
think about what there was. And I remember getting a Black Lotus in, and it went for 50 quid, which was a huge amount. But you look at it now.
Oh yeah. So was it about several years ago? They did a thing at Gen Con where they had a Black Lotus and they auctioned it off between the role players and the Magic the Gathering players, and whoever got the most money decided what happened with it. And if the Magic the Gathering players got the most, then the idea was it would then they'd do a draw and it would go to one of them. If the RPGers got the most, then they were going to destroy it. Apparently, that Black Lotus got destroyed. But yeah, they are thousands and thousands of pounds nowadays.
They are. I happen to have one, but maybe sometime I'll. It's on a shelf somewhere over there,
It
so
might be worth more than your house. I found out.
it's not the best condition, I'm afraid. Uh, but anyway, it'd be worth something. It'd be worth something to somebody. But yeah, I remember when we used to get the Moxes etc. And they were 20 quid.
Yeah.
So you know, but anyway, that's times past, and that's we're not talking about collectible card games today. Although we might actually get some programming on Top Dice going forward about that. But a couple of things that are sort of up and going now. I think the main headline is the as you mentioned earlier is getting your LARP through a lens actually on Top Dice. Now
Yes.
that's done really well. Got to be sort of said after some shall we say hack editing by myself. We've managed finally to get there. It's up there, and it's looking quite good. And it's had quite a number of views. So congratulations on that. Well done. And again, the shout out to anyone else in the community if they want to get any programming up that's sort of role playing, tabletop related, or LARPing. Please give us a shout, and we'll make space on the channel for you. It's a community channel. It's what it's all about. Well,
Yeah, I
that's
think for me, I'd encourage people to do it. It sounds really daunting and like a really scary thing to do, but literally, if especially if you know the people you're talking to, it's just recording a chat with your friends.
this is it.
It's not that hard.
No,
So I would encourage people to give it a go.
yeah. Well, that's it. It's what we're doing basically here, and that's the great thing with it. It's just having a chat. It's almost as if you sat in a pub and just talking games, or in a cafe. Because I've got my coffee obviously here, but I haven't got a beer or anything. But that it's as simple as that. And if anybody wants to have a bit of a hand with getting off the ground with it, I'm more than happy to talk, and I'm sure you would as well, Steve, with someone just to explain how it works. And yeah, we'll get the content actually up there. So if you are wanting to become a creator, give us a shout and we'll get you involved. Other thing, I put up an unboxing as well of Musketeers versus Cthulhu, which is a Kickstarter. So that's up for programming as well. And you can have a look at that now, see what I actually thought of it. You can have a look at the books there from Claudia Christensen's novel short story about Musketeers versus Cthulhu, which is what else do you need, basically?
So it's actually a short story about Musketeers versus Cthulhu.
Yeah, and
How have
there's a
I
role
not
playing
seen
game
this?
now, and it's Call of Cthulhu Seventh Edition compatible. They're
Amazing.
great little books, actually. They really are. But again, you can watch the video and have a look at it. Do you bother with Kickstarters much at all?
I do actually. I've just backed one recently, actually, mainly for my niece and nephew. So anyone that has like kids of about sort of up to about 12, 13, they've probably all seen multiple times K-pop Demon Hunters, and Renegade Funding have just released Idols of the Neon Dark,
Ooh,
which is a D&D compatible, basically K-pop Demon Hunters. They released that about, I think they released it about 2 weeks ago. The funding closed last week, but it funded in 4 minutes.
wow.
Um,
Okay.
so yeah, it's done. It's done quite well. It's
I bet the art is looking very good in that as well.
brilliant.
So,
Yeah.
well, that's a. I always like hearing about Kickstarters being successful, and that's definitely one to keep an eye open for. The other one this moment in time, there's Castle Zagzig, which is by Troll Lord Games. They're actually on with the final part of the mega dungeon that Gary Gygax actually wrote. So they're pushing now. They're trying to get further funding. So if they manage to get over 400k in the next few hours, so I'm going to be getting this out in a few hours' time. This video, so go and take. I'll put a link in the description. If they manage to get over 400k in the next few hours, they're giving all backers a 13 adventure campaign path. So that is just amazing, and it's great to think that Gary Gygax's stuff is still sort of out there and going. He wrote so much stuff, though. He really, really did. Um, it just goes on and on. And on the D&D side, I think the other bit of news that we've actually sort of got is the new Ravenloft supplement for D&D 5.5 is going to include Innsmouth as a domain.
Yeah, that's really interesting, isn't it? Because it's obviously it's not copyrighted the material, so it's definitely an interesting step to do that.
Very much so. It's not what I expected. I must admit that was a real wide ball.
Is it what anyone expected?
No, and do you know what? That's a bit of innovation, I'd say.
Yeah,
And I would also sort of say it's a really good move by Wizards of the Coast. I know they get a lot of stick. A lot of people don't like them for X, Y, and Z reasons. But the bottom line is that Dungeons and Dragons is by far the biggest role playing game in the world, and it's not going to lose its crown anytime soon. It's got hundreds of thousands, millions of players, and it's bringing more people into the hobby.
it's
So as
it's
far
in
as I'm
it's in
concerned,
popular culture everywhere. Well, isn't it? I know for a fact. If I say to people I do LARP, they go, "What's that?" And I say it's a cross between reenactment and Dungeons and Dragons, and they go, "Oh yeah, I know what that is."
yeah,
But without that description, people don't understand. You know, if you say to people, I'm doing role playing, the immediate question is, oh, is that like Stranger Things? Is that role playing? Is that D and
yeah,
D?
that's it.
And 9 times out of 10, let's be honest, most of us just go, yeah, because it's easier than trying to explain what we're actually playing.
Exactly. I tend to sort of say it when someone sort of talks to me to what your hobby is. I'll go, it's role playing Dungeons and Dragons. And the second I sort of put those two together, they go, ah, right, yeah, okay. If I went, oh yeah, I'm actually sort of playing Traveller or Seventh Sea or Call of Cthulhu, there'd be blank looks all around. um,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
doesn't matter how big the game that we think is, they just won't get it.
yeah,
As outsiders, D&D is role playing, And it's until you actually get in the hobby that you actually realize there's so much more to it. And there's thousands of games out there.
Yeah.
Really, really much so. Well, anything you're playing at the moment?
I'm currently actually playing D&D. So I'm playing D&D in a new group that I've just joined because obviously we're moving up to Glossop with the new shop and everything. So I've joined the local gaming club there, and I'm playing through Tomb of Annihilation,
Yeah,
which is quite funny. I've never played that campaign before. I've seen it, and I've played Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm aware of one of the characters from it, but that's about the extent of my knowledge. So yeah,
yeah.
we've done some dinosaur racing and stuff, which has been quite fun.
It came up with some quite innovative ideas again. Did that particular campaign? There's very few of the campaigns that have come out that have been, I would sort of say, very vanilla. All of them have got something in. Most of them do need some major rewrites to work properly
Yeah,
with any group. But the thing is, as a dungeon master, that's what you should be doing anyway. You should be personalizing it, and the players should actually not so much keep you on your toes because that, but advancing the story in a way that the whole group wants, and that's where I suppose the trick is with the dungeon master or games master, whatever you want to call it. And every adventure, you can't really run it off the peg. That's my
it's
take.
collaborative storytelling, isn't it? And I
Yeah,
think that's with any game. It's about working with the players and with the GM to make a story that everyone enjoys.
that's
And
it.
that's not just going to be what's written down. You're going to have to change things. You're going to have to ad lib, but that's what makes it fun.
That's exactly it. And one last thing from me. I'm just going to move over and just going to get a book. I won't be a second, but this is the
No
giveaway
worries.
time. Won't be a tick.
Ooh. So while you're not there, I'm just going to look at your games shelf.
Oh, as if
Sorry, I
I'm
was
a
just looking
guy.
at your shelf. You've ruined it now. I was reading your books on your shelf.
Right, hang on a minute. There you go.
There's only a few on there, isn't there?
That's just one section.
I'm not
Oh,
sure why aren't RPGs called like I don't know collectible
it's
RPGs because we all collect, don't we? Very few people have just got I've got one book.
well, that's one section of various games I've got there. Over here, I've got Acton Cthulhu. I'm just looking to one side of me now. Acton Cthulhu, Musketeers versus Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu, Cthulhu by Gaslight,
Yeah.
Doctor Who, the role playing game, Rivers of London, Alien, James Bond. Um, I've got Flabbergasted, Vampire, Shiver. There you go. So that's some that's just to one side here next to me now. Anyway, Run from the Dark. Right, the last episode we did of Table Talk, we put this up for grabs. Now, a winner has been decided, courtesy of Stephen, because I knew most of the entrants. I read the various entries out to Stephen blind, and we have a winner. So I suppose we should get a bit of a drum roll really going, shouldn't we, on this? But
Does that work?
that'll work. Well, the winner actually is Bobby. So Bobby, that's Bobby dash D3T2B. With his in Call of Cthulhu last night, we are trying to locate a family crypt in an abandoned churchyard just after midnight. Something startled us. Turned out it wasn't abandoned, and the vicar was not happy. We ran. So there you go, Bobby. Thank you very much for entering. And if you can get your details to me, I shall get that out to you. If I don't hear anything within 14 days, then I'll come back and I'll actually give it to the next person on the list. Okay. But Bobby, well done, mate. Thank you very much for entering, and keep on watching. And get your details. I'll get this out to you by first class post. There we go. Absolutely brilliant. So, what does the week hold for you anyway, Stephen? Anything?
Yeah, so I've got an interview with AD on Friday, so getting the lowdown on the new kids LARP.
Yeah,
I'm busy speaking to a couple of friends that run a LARP game called Pieces of Eight, which is a pirate-based LRP game. So
Yeah.
I'm looking to organise a similar conversation with them. I'm also in touch with Curious Pastimes, amongst others. So I've got a few lined up. But yeah, if anyone out there is interested in discussing their LARP, whether it's one that's ongoing or a new one or anything like that, by all means, drop us a message and I'll happily chat to you about it because I love nothing better than to talk about live role play. I've been doing it for 30 years, so
Wow.
it's
That's some going, is that dedication, to say the least.
worked out. I've been volunteering at Curious Pastimes for 25 years now. It's been going for 30 and I've been working there for 25. So I think it's time I gave a bit back and did some videos and stuff to get more people involved.
If you want to get a spreadsheet going of the various LARP organisations, there is a file section on the UK Tabletop Role Playing uh, Facebook page. Feel
Okay,
free
yeah,
to stick
brilliant.
it up on there, and
Definitely.
again cross-reference it to maybe put a post up as you need regarding
Yeah,
regarding LARPing. Might be worthwhile sort of looking at having a LARPing day sometime
yeah,
as well.
definitely. That'd be good.
uh, be quite interesting on the page and just see what we can actually drum up. I know there's two or three that I'm aware of on the page that actually actively get involved with LARP, and it is quite popular. I'm Masquerade was one of mine, as we talked before the show. Masquerade was one of mine, and I'm really surprised that isn't more in the limelight again now with the new
Yeah,
vampire.
it's interesting, isn't it? I know. So I years ago I played a lot of Vampire the Masquerade. A good friend of mine actually wrote his own version called Vampires in Public, which ran mostly in Coventry. And then years later, we met a friend. We made a new friend from Lancaster Uni, and didn't realise that this game he started like 20 years ago, and he'd stopped running, had carried on running at a different university, and was still going, which was interesting.
Oh gosh,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm surprised there's not more vampire out there because it is such a popular like genre.
Well, that's it. Well, obviously we had we did a vampire LARP show on Table Talk Top Dice a few weeks ago now. That event's been and gone. It mainly role playing, that one, but there is a LARP one coming. So watch this space. And if you hear of anything going on the Masquerade side, feel free to share it with us. Please do.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. The
Well, I've
more
got
people that let us know, the more we can go to.
exactly. I'm on a week off at the moment from work, so that's pretty good. So I'm spending my time having a bit of a read of some gaming stuff, and I'm hoping the D&D game that's been in on hiatus for a while is going to be restarting in the next few weeks as well. So I'm going to get prepared for that one. And I've got a bit of Cthulhu stuff bubbling away, and quite a few other bits actually sort of in the background. And I want to get um, some live plays on here as well. And I know we've got Alpengard, which Segs is wanting to sort of get up and run, which is his game. Um, and I've got two other quick starts there to go. Seventh C1, which will be quite interesting to actually sort of get out there and give a shot at, and also Pumpkin Spice, which is considered to be a cozy role playing game, something I've never done before. I've never had a cozy role playing game before.
Cozy role playing game.
Yeah. Again, I don't know at this stage. I've
Be interesting to find out, wouldn't it?
well, it's apparently, well, it's a literature genre all of itself, I believe. And I've read quite a few of the books. Legends and Lattes was one of them that is considered to be a cozy RPG book. And yeah, it sounds really interesting. So again, we'll have a go at that. It'd be interesting, I think, just sort of throw the characters at people and go, right, there we go. And the rules are supposed to be very simple, so we'll take it from there. So that's something we'll be doing in the future, and it'd be great to have yourself and maybe some others, maybe some of the LARP community actually join in on that one.
And so you
Uh,
said about actual plays. Is there because obviously there's a few thousand people in the group. Is that something that they could record maybe and send in? Is that
That's something that definitely they could send in. More than happy to have them have it hosted on the channel. Anything on that side would be absolutely great. It's a community channel. Anyone who's part of the community, which is anyone who subscribes or is part of the UK tabletop role playing group, then yeah, basically, definitely get it actually in there. Get me the video, and I'll get it uploaded.
amazing?
Sorted. Right. Well, on that note, I think it's time to say goodbye for this week. We've covered so many different things again, and it's just like I love this because it's just like talking with a group of mates or a mate round the table. So let's have more of this, and we'll have Allan back next week, and I think there's going to be 2 or 3 others potentially joining us. So if you're free, Stu, come and join in, and we'll have another good chinwag. See how things are going. And hopefully your other video will be up by then as well.
Hopefully, yeah. Got the recording on Friday, so hopefully we'll get it up over the weekend.
Looking forward to it. Right, we'll do another premiere of that one as well when that sort of hits. I'll arrange for that. Did you actually get to see the premiere at all? How it worked with the countdown?
Yes, I saw some of the countdown and everything. Yes,
Very dramatic.
I may have been one of the watchers. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, why not? Well, I was there as the host, but it was really interesting, and there was quite a bit of chat going on as well, which was really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't duplicate that chat onto the video chat when it goes live after the actual initial premiere, which is a bit of a shame. It'd be better if it did that, but it doesn't. So anyway, right, enough of this. I'm going to say it's a goodbye from him. And it's a goodbye from me. So thanks very much for joining us. Keep rolling the dice, and we'll catch you again for more talk.
Yeah, see you all soon. Bye.
See you later. Bye.